Okay, it's time for the sortie video. Now, the topic of today, free roam, rescue, is anime. Something that I enjoyed watching. I actually originally started watching anime when I was just a wee boy, watching it on like the 4Kids for Cartoon Network and all that jazz, when it was really bad. But for me, it was just like another cartoon. um, so I just thought it was, I thought it was good. One of the first ever things I ever watched was One Piece. Yes, with Sanji having the lollipop instead of actually having a cigarette. Now, because of this, it's like, well, because I like watched it through that, I was just like a child and everything. I was saying it was in like the 4Kids, so I don't have the energy for it. So to me, it was like it really didn't matter. But then I kind of like grew out of it when I got older and started playing a lot more games through up until 5 years ago, maybe only 4. It's been 4 or 5 years where I decided that I was going to watch anime. I forget what was the reasoning. I just kind of remember I watched like one show and then I was like, huh. One of the first ever shows I ever watched was like Attack on Titan. But yeah, like my one friend said something about either anime or something about a show, and I was like, huh. Okay, like I'll give it a chance. I'll start watching. So I did just that. But like I didn't spend. Okay, actually, it was gonna be a lie. I was gonna say I didn't spend that much time watching anime, but honestly, I got like really into it. I started watching like show after show. I've definitely slowed down like 110%. Than what I used to do before. Like before, within like a year, I watched a good like 50 series. It's honestly not as hard as it do really think it is. Like quite a few shows only have like 12 episodes or something along that line. And yeah, that's really all that like happened there. But then I decided I was going to I saw like an image, which is honestly like that's how I started watching a whole lot of shows, or how I like found the shows I wanted to, is I would either like look up AMVs, animated music videos, on YouTube, or just like see some sort of animated image and I'd find out if it was an actual show or not. And yeah, and then I saw an image that looked really familiar, because at this time I completely forgot that I used to watch anime when I was a child. I forgot all of it. And then I was like, wait a minute, I know this. So then I finally figured it out, and then I started watching One Piece, which now I am like almost up to date. I'm a few episodes behind, but you know, it happens. But yeah, I started watching One Piece, and I started having just a lot of fun with that again. Then I decided, because I actually like binged watched One Piece, like the entire like 600 episodes it was at when I started watching it for the technical second time. For like, I did that in like a month or two. It was insane. I binged watched the hell of it. But it was like the middle of the summer, and I was a teenager without a job, so, well, technically I was still only like, yeah, I was like 13 or something. So yeah, that was like really the only thing I had to do. So I watched the show. And I got caught up to all 600 I was saying before. And then after that, I decided that each like year, I'm going to get caught up on like the really big shows. Now, I failed that the third year. The second year, the next summer, I started watching Naruto. So that I'm also not actually up to date. I never actually finished it. Sort of. I watched up to like where it was at. And where it was at was like when they were in the trees. Or when they, like the 10th tailed beast turned into the great tree and all that blah blah blah. Like that's where they were at. And then like a whole lot of filler started coming on of like, which was just really, why are you going to put filler in right beforehand? Like you're just trying to piss off your audience. So then I stopped watching, and then I never really started back up again. So, but I've only missing like a few things. But I have seen like all the Naruto movies. I've also seen all the One Piece movies. And movie Film Z was fantastic. And the Gold movie as well. Actually, yeah. There are like 2 gold movies, but I'm talking about the one where they're actually like in the gold city, not when they're fighting the guy that likes gold. Okay, well I guess technically they're both fighting the guy that likes gold, but one of them actually owns like a casino city, the richest city in the world. And that's the one I'm talking about that I thought was really good. And then the other one was Film Z. Oh my god. When they fought the Pirates of the New World, it was spectacular. Not the Pirates of the New World, the, why can't I think of the name? The Marines. Like, the Marines of the New World. I don't think that was the actual, like, official title. But they were just, like, a different... I think they called themselves, like, the Navy or something? I can't remember. But yeah, that's just really just it. The fact that, that's all they really did was just fight that. And it was a glorious movie. And one thing that, like, really angers me whenever people, like, talk about anime, it's not, like, my favorite thing in the world. I'm not some weeaboo person that will always go on and on about how much they like all the different things they love about anime. But at the same time, like... Ow. But at the same time, I hate when people are, like... It's bad either because of, one, that it's in a different language, which would be my family, or 2, of the fact that it's, like, animated, and be like, you don't, like, you're saying that this is bad because it's animated, but I want to know how much time you spend watching Disney films. Like, all Disney films are animated. And honestly, I would say that actual anime is animated a lot better than Disney films. Disney films are a lot more cartoonish. Now, yeah, they have, like, good script and everything, I'll give you that, but still. The script is not what I'm talking about. So, yeah, like, those are just the 2 different things. And I hate when, like, my family, as I said before, they'll always, like, look at me and be like, why are you watching this, blah, 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 it's not even in our language. It's like, okay, so what? I was healing him. On my screen I wasn't. Oh no, the guy's about to go down.
Bleeding out.
Oh, maybe if he didn't stay in the gosh darn corner. Let's not let this guy bleed out again. That would be preferable. Like some of the other shows, as I said, I did fail like my third year of watching the big shows because I wanted to watch either Dragon Ball Z or Bleach on the third year or the third summer. But then, you know, life and school and all that. Well, I guess school isn't really part of the summer, but I mean like beforehand, right before the summer. And all that jazz. It was just... I didn't really have the time and the capability of doing it. So... yeah, it's sad, but it happens, honestly. Like... it's not like that big of a deal. It didn't ruin anything for me. But yeah, I am... and ever since then, I haven't really done it. More recently, as I said before, I've gotten like a kind of out of it because I've been doing a ton of editing and a ton of other things, and I haven't really had the amount of time. Now I am watching the interesting show Killing Bites currently. That is like on currently. Definitely this show that I would recommend to male audiences. But and I'm also watching like season 2 of 7 Deadly Sins, and I plan on watching season 2 of Overlord. I haven't actually started watching that yet. But like both of which I just find very good so far. I loved season 1 of Overlord. It's like a new take on like when video games become reality, sort of. And goodness, I wish that game actually did exist in real life. Now it is a virtual reality game, so obviously that ain't gonna be happening for quite some time. But still, yeah, sure. I've already killed you a few times, but you know. But, yeah. But, yeah. Best sentence making. 7 Deadly Sins. I've, like, seen the ending, I guess, because of my friends of, like, other shows, like Herlie and April. So I didn't really go through any of the emotional damage that everyone else went through. Like, he actually watched the entire show, and while we were in school, he, like in, I forget what we were in. I think it was a study hall. He just, like, brings out his iPad and then starts watching it. And I can't hear the audio. Obviously, you really don't need to hear the audio because I was just, like, reading the subtitles because it is anime and all. And, he starts watching. What the heck? How?
Excellent hunting. You found one of the caches. A fallen Tenno needs your help. Just one cache remaining.
Gotta hate the mortar guys. But, honestly, I kind of forget where I was. Something about something. something to do with anime, that's for
That's the
sure.
last
Oh,
cache.
there we go. Oh yeah, but like Herline April, I saw the very end of that just because of my one friend. And well, I did see like every week he'd bring it on and start watching like bits. And then I've only seen like just random episodes of it, and I've never actually watched the legit thing. But still, so yeah, as I said, I didn't really have to deal with all the emotional damage of whatever the heck it's called, of like actually going through the show and seeing how sad everything is and all that hubbub. And I just got to be like, haha, I know the ending. What there are like one or two other shows I didn't really like fully watch. Like even Naruto, I kind of skipped episodes in there because of, as I was saying before, there's an insane amount of filler. And because of all the filler, I just kind of said, nah, let's keep going. But honestly, I think it's fine, the fact that I did that, just because of it's not really that like necessary to watch the filler. It has like no point with the story whatsoever.
The drone is safe. I will begin decoding its systems immediately. I have just uncovered the location of an enemy resupply drop. Proceed there at once to accept this mission and disrupt the operation. Among these troops,
So yeah, just because like there isn't anything.
there's the supply beacon. Grab it so I can call in the drop.
Boom.
Tanno down. Help them.
Yeah, there are like a fair share of interesting
Hands on them.
anime as well. By interesting, I mean perverted. um, like you can watch High School of the D. There's another show that's like Gaku and something HXH. It's basically High School DxD, but with a different story. I forget. Like technically, there is a Pokemon, but that is more of like a anime for kids. But I stopped watching that a long time ago. It's been quite a many years. One thing that like whenever I'll go like look at Cartoon Network, and I'll see that like one of those came out, and I'll just see the random ass things that they do now, and I'm just kind of staring at it like wow, like that's what they've come to.
Dropping now. Destroy
Huh.
them.
Like I don't really like where it's gone now, because like now it's a bit more squishy is the best word I can come up for. Like it's just
Take that supply beacon, and I will call in the drop. Tenno needs to be revived.
yeah, it just doesn't look too good. But as I said, I don't really like watch it, so I don't really care all that much.
That's the last pod.
For me, it's just like, okay, it exists. When you dive head first in the water, well, okay then. That's nice. Yeah, I had the least damage taken. Also did the least amount of damage. But, yeah, there's a whole lot of different types of... It goes with all the genres. As I was saying before, one of my favorite anime currently is Seven Deadly Sins. It is shonen, so it's meant to be for, like, me specifically, of, like, teenage boys. I am still a teenager. I'm only 18. Like, yes, technically I'm considered an adult by America's standards, but at the same time, I am an adult, or I am still a teenager at the same time. And then there's also, what the heck? And then like the reason is my favorite is because yes, it is a shonen, but it has a lot of fantasy in it, which, as I've said 1,000 times, fantasy is one of my favorite genres. Fantasy and sci-fi are my two favorite. And yeah, I really do enjoy that. I have watched the whatever the heck it's called, the 800 episodes that I said I am caught up to date. I'm only like a couple episodes behind. I think that like they've getting for One Piece is what I'm talking about. I think that they are getting into like just the dragon things out that they don't need to be. Like, I agree that I want it to be suspenseful and be like prep me for like a really big fight that's gonna be awesome. Like, yeah, okay, do it. But at the same time, please don't have it be like, don't have it is what it is right now, where it's like it's really separated. It's just not all that good right now, in my opinion. It's, as I say, it's just getting into like a stupid place. No, there we go. Of just taking too long to do simple things. What the heck? No, what am I in? What am I in? What am I in? What am I in? There we go. So yeah, I don't like that bit. I understand. That's also like the big problem with like Naruto and even Shippuden, just that they have too much filler. That's what I hate when like anime do, is just like putting a lot of filler in it just to like extend the episodes and get more money. I do like the fact that like, what's it called? Seven Deadly Sin doesn't really do that. And Seven Deadly Sins kind of, it sort of does, but not really. Like, it makes everything seem like it is part of the story. It's not like the filler that, the other shows do, because that's just... And by that I mean, like, it's not the... Oh my god, that looks cool as can be when he's in his form. Red energy.
The hostage is almost out of time. Hurry.
God dang it, I was really hoping that the thing would be broken. What are we doing? Are we all looking for a secret entrance? Is no one actually trying to just get the door? We didn't even make it in the room? Oh, there's one guy in there, I think. Oh, well, don't matter.
The captive will be in one of these cells. Search them.
Well...
They killed the hostage. This mission is a failure.
Yeah, but for like Seven Deadly Sins, it seems like everything is actually like meant to be. Now, what they did do is they kind of had like a little like side series that I didn't like too much. It was only like 3 episodes long that they just did in between these 2 seasons, just to like kind of hint at some things and so on and so forth. Yeah, I don't really think it was necessary. But that's really the only thing they did.
Really want this? Fine, let's do this.
Another more fantasy-based show is what's it called? Magi. I always called it Magi just because, but the word is actually Magi, but I just called it Magi just because it, like, just everyone knew what I was talking about and it just sounded funny. Well, my friends, anyway. It did have, like, a season 2 of talking about, like, the strongest person that's in the show. He's one of the actual, like, strongest people in the world type deal, having this insane amount of power. But I didn't really like that side series. I wish they just stuck with how it originally was. There were like 2 seasons. I believe it might have just been 1 season that was like a bit longer though. I think it was a 25 episode maybe season. Either that or it was 2 12 episode seasons. I'm not entirely sure. But it's basically just a world where there are these wizards and then warriors, and then there are these special wizards that have that like choose the kings of the world. And whoever they choose will actually become like a king. He is destined to be one no matter what. He's going to be a king. And because of that, like, so it starts, it's following, oh god. It starts by following a guy who, like one of the wizards who's going to turn the guy into a king. And then after that, he does a thing. The thing he does is he finds his warrior. He is like the Magi, who is going to
You are surrounded by Grenier Marines. You let the hostage die. This mission is over.
I hate this. I hate the Kuva Fortress missions. This one is so insanely difficult to do. And I don't understand how they yeah. Because it's a stupidly difficult mission.
I can tell you understand.
Like, I've only had one guy ever just straight up get through it. And I think it's because you need to have like one of those there's a way to like instantly finish the hacks that you do whenever you get up to a console. And I think like that's the way that just people do this mission. Because it doesn't give you the time that you need to do it.
Move and strike. We have to win this.
Okay, back to anime. Instead of getting on a little bit of a tangent with Warframe.
The enemy is on high alert. The moment you enter the holding area, they'll trigger the execution sequence. Rescue the hostage before it finishes.
Like, I don't really know if there's a way to do this without like getting the enemies on high alert, except for being like super sneaky and just like turning invisible the entire way, but like I don't have the capability of doing that. Like, I can do it with Loki, but... And even Ash, but... Still, actually, I might have got rid of Ash. Oh. I'll take that. So... And then, like, he finds his king, and he makes his king the king, and then they talk to these genie things, and then blah, blah, blah. It's a really good show. But I don't really know what I find, like, really, like, just good about anime. Like, a lot of, as I was saying like before, other people will insult it for being, like, too cartoonish, or this, that, these, and those, and then I'm just like, I don't really care. And I think it is just, like, all on your personal taste and how you want to do things. But, I don't know. It could just be me being me. Or other people being themselves. I guess he doesn't actually want to start it. Waiting on these tune nincompoops.
Out of time. Hurry. Watch yourself. Grenier are on the way.
Just like 39 seconds is not enough time for it. But then, yeah, I don't really know how...
Search them.
Like, any of your guys view an anime, I don't really care what any of your guys view an anime is. For me, it is just something that I'd watch for fun. Oh my god. And entertainment. Yeah, I got her.
Subject found. You need to bring the captive to safety. Protect them at all costs.
And... So yeah, like if you guys either like it or dislike it, you can say something in like the chat. But honestly, if you have like a favorite show, you can go ahead and say something in there too. If I've seen it, I'll probably say something and be like, "Hey, I like that show because this, this, and this." Another one of my favorite shows, which is actually not a show that you'd expect to probably be one of my favorite shows, is The Lion Summer or something like that, or something about summer. Summer is in the name. What time limit? Yeah, but like summer is in the actual name. And basically it's about an alien comes to Earth. This guy falls in love with her because she looks like a human. Then there's like a giant love triangle situation happening. It's slice of life and sci-fi. Like, two things that you don't expect to ever combined are combined. And it's just, it is good, in my opinion, because it shows, like, a lot of, like, romance and blah, of course, sculpture. It has, like, some romance, some things in that, some cute aspects in it. And then it also has, like, some sci-fi aspects with futuristic technology and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. But, yeah, it's It's just one of my personal favorites. In general, honestly, it isn't that like that incredible of a show, but I definitely think that it like deserves a chance. Anyone who's thinking, oh, why not? Maybe I should, or like you don't have a show that you don't have a show to currently watch. You're just like, well, then I'll check this show out because that one YouTuber said to do it. Yeah, so as I said, it's not like the best, but it's pretty decent. I have probably seen a good over 100 shows by now. I can't tell you all the shows I've ever seen. I don't know. I made a list at one point to keep track, but it's been a while since I've even seen the list, let alone updated it. So it's definitely very, very far behind. But that's just the way it is. So yeah. Okay, thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope to see you all next time, and I bid you all adieu. Goodbye!